This past week, I was teaching at a school on the north side of Milwaukee where I have been using my little animals and teaching social emotional skills. And it was a rough day. And there's some sad parts to this story that I'm sharing with you just as a reminder how to hold our hearts open with compassion and how we can help other people to hold experiences with compassion. So it was a first grade classroom I was teaching at. I began teaching. There was a lot of dysregulation as I came into the classroom, and one of the girls in the classroom was like rolling on the floor, just chaotic. Again, this was going on before I came in, and the teacher had called mom, and mom apparently worked in school. So mom came into the classroom, and mom got really upset that the daughter had been misbehaving and just started cussing her out in front of everybody, just screaming out of control at her for making a fool of herself in the classroom. And so everyone that was in the classroom was like wide-eyed. The poor little girl, right, was like, whoa. At some point, people helped mom leave the classroom. Child left the classroom. I went back to teaching. I kind of named that mom was having some big bear feelings. And then I also named that I felt sad because that mom had been really harsh with the girl. And I cried a little bit. And then I talked about Snuggles, right? This is my self-compassion animal. And I gave myself a little kindness, validating, asking the kids, were they sad too? Giving us all a little bit of kindness because that was hard to witness. And then also super Snuggles, we can do hard things. So we're going to keep going here. We went back to the lesson. A little while later, mom comes back in the room, still mad, still like actively like shaming child. It was kind of rough. Then mom left and kids went back to working. We just acknowledged what happened. And then I went over by the girl because the girl was in the classroom, and a little while later, she had her hood covered up her head. And I just said to her that was probably pretty embarrassing. And she said yes. And I told her she was a good kid who was having a hard time, and her mama was having big feelings. And I'm sure, and that she was having a hard time controlling her body, right? So validating these things for her. And again, I asked her if I could give her little cuddles. I gave her a little cuddles with with Snuggles. And then, said, she's going to be okay. She's going to be okay. We'll get through it. Now I come to the really sad part of the story. So there had earlier in the week, as I'm leaving, this is what the teacher tells me about, right? So earlier in the week, there had been a 6-year-old that had actually been shot and killed on around the area of this school. And this girl and the mom were relatives of that child. Right? And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is heartbreaking. And two, if anyone was judging that mama, that mama was not having good self-regulation skills, but she was dealing with some really big T trauma. And it just reminded me how important it is to have compassion for people, also to help kids have self-compassion so that they can hold really difficult stuff, help the adult caregivers have compassion. And so I want to end this story with a poem, and this poem is by Miller Williams, and it's called Compassion. Have compassion for everyone you meet, even if they don't want it. What appears bad manners, an ill temper, or cynicism is always a sign of things no ears have heard, no eyes have seen. You do not know what wars are going on down there where the spirit meets the bone. So wishing that your heart may be open with compassion and that you might have self-compassion and also to be a force of healing and compassion in the world.